naming segments, rays, and lines. I did have some students get a little bit messed up on this one, only they kept mixing up. I think it was ray and line segment. No, not line segment, just ray and line, I think were the two the students kept getting mixed up on that one. So again, making sure that you're writing some notes will definitely help you out on this one. So if you have something like this, then we call it a ray. And we write this, so if I have it A, B like this, then we'd write it as AB, the point. So when you write it, the letter should be here. So if this was written as BA like this instead of AB, then I would write B, then A, because I want the point to be above the B and I want it to go toward the A, like this. So would it even matter if I had it this way? And then I had A, B. Would I write it any differently than I wrote it here? No, because the point is still above the A and the arrow is going toward the B, the arrow is going toward the B. We always write it this way for the symbol. So it doesn't matter how the ray looks, how it's drawn necessarily. The symbol is always written in this way, where you do the point, it's above the point itself in the actual drawing, and then which way is the arrow going should be headed toward the same letter, not in the same direction of the symbol. All right, then we also have something that looks like this, which is just a line. So it's normally got a few letters on it like this, C and D. And this is called a line. It's not a line segment, it's a full line. It's never ending in either direction. And we write this as CD like this. So we actually put the arrow above it just like that, showing that it's a line that goes on forever in both directions. And you can call it line CD, or you write it with the symbol above it, which just has the arrows going in both directions. All right, the last one is a segment, meaning that we've cut off these arrows, so we only see a piece of the line. So this one is F and E. So this is a line segment, okay? And I'm just not spelling out the full word there. So the way we do this one is F, E, with just a line over it, no arrows. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that look like it had something over it, or at the end of it, it's just a line like that. You can also write this as E, F. Really doesn't matter which direction that one goes. And actually, that's the same for CD. You could say DC. Doesn't matter which direction you go on that one. The only one that really matters on direction is ray. The point has to be above the same letter as it's labeled. So that's where the ray has to start. You always start the point and move to the other letter. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this one so we can see where these fit. Okay, so this one has no arrows, so immediately I know it's a segment. So that tells me right away I'm going to click line segment. How do I write it? So I want to make sure that I put the right symbol above it, and line segment just has a line, no arrows on it. And then I'm going to go KJ. I could have also said JK. Either one is acceptable. All right, so this one has a point and then one line. So a point and then one line is a ray. And then this one, remember, has to be specific. We want to make sure we grab the right symbol. It's always going in that direction. And this ray is by chance going this direction, but the symbol is always going in that direction when we write it out this way. This pad. So what we do is we write M and then L. This one is specific. I can't go ML. If I switch this one around, it will mark me wrong. So I have to have the M because that's where the point starts. And then the arrow is going toward L, so it's going in that direction. So this one is also moving, goes point and then next point. All right, so this one has an arrow going in both directions. That is a line. A line never ends. It goes on and on forever in both directions. And we make sure we put our symbol above it, and then GH. I could have also named it HG. That one would not have mattered. Took a minute there to mark us correct. All right, so next. Okay, so same thing. We're just looking at it again. So this is a segment. I can tell because it's cut off. There's no arrows. So that is a line segment. So this also looks like a line segment. Got to click in there and then click here. So I'm going to name it RS. Again, you could have named it SR. They would have accepted it either way. So this one, it has arrows going in both directions, never ends. That is a line. And I'm going to name it UT. Again, you could have said TU. I forgot to put the symbol above it, so I'm going to highlight the whole thing and click the symbol, and then it drops it in there. All right, so here is the last one, and we have array because I see a point and it's an arrow going on in one direction. So I know it's array, and I want to make sure I click ray here. Remember, the symbol is always going that way, even though this ray is actually headed in a different direction. So I just start at Q, that's where my point is, and then the arrow is going this way. So P is the second point. All right, one more. Okay, so we have arrows going in both directions, on and on forever. So we know that is a line segment. And we always want our notes so that we can refer back to them. So if we forget, we have something to go back to without having to go and click explanation and lose our streak or anything like that. You can also click on dictionary. It will give you these definitions right in here. So if you did forget to write them down, you can click on this dictionary. It's not going to mark you wrong at all. It'll just give you the basic definition, but it's actually not going to give you the symbols in here, it appears. So it's not giving you the full definition as I would expect it to give you. So it's giving it to you for array, but it did not give it to you for line as far as giving you the symbol. Okay, so I know that it's a line. It's an arrow that goes in both directions. I'm going to go JK because I can go forward or backwards. Doesn't matter which direction I go in this one. All right, so this is a point with a line going on forever. That is array. So I'm going to click the array symbol. You start at the point. The point is at L. Sorry, I was pointing with my finger. So the point is at L, and then we move to M. So LM. Remember, this is the one of the three that is very specific. You have to go in the right direction for this one. All right, this last one, we just have 2 points, no arrows. It's a segment, and we want to click segment here, and then HG. So I'm going backwards just to show you. You can go HG, you can go GH. You can go JK, or you can go KJ. One of your figures is classified incorrectly. Which one did I click wrong? Oh, darn it, I clicked line segment for the first one. Well, darn, that was silly. I just clicked on the wrong one after we talked about it. All right, so we get to practice this one more time. Okay, so this first one we have a point, and it's going, and there's a line going on forever in one direction. We know that's a ray. I'm going to click ray. Oops, got to click on my square here. And then I start with my point, which is F, and I move to E. Again, this one is the specific one. All right, so that one's definitely ray. Then we have a segment, because remember it's chopped, there's no arrows. So a line segment, and then CD. Oh, what did I forget? My symbol. And it most likely will warn you before you submit that you forgot a symbol. All right, so then I have a line for this one, because it's an arrow going in both directions, on and on forever. So I know that's a line. I pick my line symbol, and I say BA or AB. Doesn't really matter which direction you go in that one, as long as you have 2 points. You need 2 points to make a line. The only one that's specific in these 3 classifications is ray. You have to make sure you're going from point to the, so where it starts, forward. All right, so we're all done with that one.